You're a boar boy.
He is. He is. Through and through. 100%. He fully was dead-ass raised by boars.
Good.
He's so stupid. I love him. Slumber party.
Alright. Let's go save.
I need to eat more food, but the children are a huge deterrent for me eating more food.
How are they a huge deterrent?
Because they fucking climb all over me trying to steal my fucking food. Literally last night, Artemis, you were there for that. Artemis fucking wanted an almond so bad that I was like, fine, have a fucking almond. And then he was like, oh, I'll just eat this whole thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? Now I gotta check if that's actually poisonous. I picked up all the pieces before he could eat any of them, but then I found out that they aren't poisonous to animals, so it was like, fine, you can eat this, whatever, I don't care. Because before he just licked off the salt. Oh, Marco was trying to say figure out, Scott. Not Figu 5-put.
Who gods?
Hoo gods. Some say Hoo gods. It's not real.
Fucking liars.
Fucking liars. A father's love wins out.
Tank it, Banks.
Ganbare Binks.
I believe in Binks. Binks can do this.
Binks supremacy.
As we all know, the healer is the strongest part of the party.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Everyone just fucking
Soup
runs.
too hot to eat. My soup too hot to eat.
My
Shout.
spoon is too big.
I hate you.
I like to touch rusty spoons.
God damn it. I did not like that one when we were kids. That one scared the shit out of me. Cloudfingers was notoriously terrifying to me.
You fucks.
I'm not sure, but did Don Hertzfeld also create salad fingers?
I don't know.
Or was it somebody else?
I'm just honestly terrified.
I mean, it was scary. I felt only fear knowing of those things.
Alright, yeah.
I got
we
introduced
definitely
to
need
that
do a
also
lot
in
more
schools.
leveling. Everyone's
Ooh.
just missing. Y'all suck.
Oh my god. Binks is
Yo.
sleeping. It's fine. Taking a nap.
So, Ark apparently had an update recently.
Oh god. Yeah?
They added a tech bow. But more importantly,
What is a tech bow?
it's like a technology bow and arrow.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Apparently it just materializes any arrow instantly, so you don't have to carry a bunch of arrows with you.
Excellent.
But more importantly, there's a new creature. A couple of new creatures, actually. But the most important one is called the Carniflora.
Run,
Oh
Dahlia!
god.
It is a giant Venus flytrap.
Oh
that
god.
eats goats and
That
other
eats
goat-sized
goats?
creatures.
No! Not Buttons' is goats!
I'm so excited. I need
Did you know that you
a
could
whole
get
field of them.
a Luigi Kigurumi?
I'm not surprised. You could get a Kigurumi for anything, especially if you custom
I didn't know
order
that
it.
they made, like, Ouija. Like animals, sure, but, you know. Like, look at this. It's so cute. What the fuck? They're also making Evangelion ones, apparently. Which deeply confuses and concerns me.
Okay, this is a lot less terrifying than I thought it would be.
Right? I thought there would be, like, a face attached, and I was like, no, no, no. There's also a Mario one on this site. The rest of them are pretty normal. There's a Slowpoke one, a Stitch one, a Rillakkuma one.
Oh, I love Rillakkuma.
Show you the Rillakkuma one. Did you ever want to wear a bear's skin? Now you can.
That looks super comfy. You know what? I might get it.
Hell yeah. Marco says, "Gao, gao." And he would be right. Gao, gao.
I was actually thinking of getting a Monokuma one a while ago, so maybe I'll go for Rillakkuma instead.
Maybe you should not be the evil bear that keeps pulling out your entrails.
Well, see, that just makes me more inclined towards Monokuma again when you describe it that way.
Why do you want your entrails taken out by a bear that's not even hot? Like, hello?
I mean, I just want
At
my
least go
entrails
for a
taken
hot
out.
bear.
I mean, I don't know.
You could have what do you fucking call them? The Bear Kingdom bears come and take your entrails out. Like, damn.
Look at their faces. You think they're capable of that?
Yeah. Especially since they ate a bunch of people. like, no shade to that anime, but they deadass tell us that, you know, they ate a bunch of people. And you have to live with that knowledge.
I mean, that just makes them more charming, though. Because they can be so sweet, even though they do such terrible things. That makes you the special one, if they're willing to treat you kindly.
While they are slurping up your entrails like spaghetti.
Nice.
I can't tell if Coco's into Guro or not. Like, it's not one thing where I'm like, is Coco into Guro? I'm just not sure.
Listen, there's
Kind
only
of,
one thing we can.
I guess.
There's only one thing we can be confirmed that Coco is not into. Okay,
Yeah.
we're
And
not
we
gonna
know
talk
what that
about it.
is. The banished word.
Here, I'll make it simple for you. That's the banished one. And then anything having to do with, like, scat or infantilism or anything unhygienic, those are my definite no's. Then most everything else is like, I can take it or leave it.
I mean, it's more of a, like into it rather than like a question of you can tolerate it. Like, I can tolerate seeing some things, but it's not like I want to look at it.
I mean, to be fair, Coco is also into Valdemar, so.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Oh, love yourself!
How dare you ask such a thing of me?
I am asking you to love yourself.
No,
okay?
now that I think about it, I guess I am into Guro. I just don't like live action gore.
Yeah,
that's fair. 'Cause I mean, like, well, okay,
Because, like, I
there's
think
certain
about
levels
this
of
one
Guro,
series
too.
I used to be into. I don't know if I should mention the name because I don't want anyone to be like, I can handle it, and then they see it and get scarred. But it was pretty much a horror/torture porn game.
So, Scott wants us to do an IRL word ban for 5 minutes for the word it.
Oh. Okie dokie.
How do you, like, enforce that? I can't. My brain doesn't work like that.
You just try not to say that word, and I will start
Okay.
the timer. Let's see,
Same.
Let me put that for you.
I've got it.
Okay.
It started. I have started the timer.
Yeah. But yeah. I prefer taking that sort of thing from more of a psychological standpoint. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It explains because
Damn it, Moon.
what did I do? What did I say?
You,
You
used
said the word.
forbidden word.
Yeah. I'm out. No, I can't talk at all. You can't do word bans like that because it's just too general.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm down for refunding that one just because it's too general.
Oh, I didn't know you could refund. That's cool.
Yeah.
The fuck word is like, yeah, okay, ban the fuck word, and I'll try not to say that for 10 minutes or whatever, but like, it's not gonna happen. Like, you guys are setting yourself up for failure, and I'm taking your points. Fuck you.
Go ahead and refund them if you can. I don't know if you can do
Okay,
that. With
I will
mod
reject
status.
that
Because
one.
no is a game.
I rejected it.
Points.
Anywho, you were saying, Moon?
I don't remember what I was saying.
It explains-
Oh no, it explains like your interest in Shinsekai Yori a little bit.
Yeah.
And themes in Shinsekai Yori, but like every time I think about, oh my god, look at Alice's little sprite. Little brown.
He's a
Oh, no,
little
it's cute. The thing is, like, I guess when I think about Guro, I think of it as a kink and not as a like just a generalized interest because like
No.
I guess I would qualify for that because Guro's just gore, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't
so, like-
necessarily have to be like a sexual interest.
Yeah. Like that's like yeah. I would say yeah to that just because I've been watching Lodos War with various people. Like I was watching with Marco and I got finally to the part where I haven't like watched and we saw a bunch of people get extra murked and it was like, this is weighty.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Also, just the aestheticism in Shinsekai Yori cannot be compared to any anime I've ever seen. Like, it's wholly in its own sort of space in horror and in like body horror specifically. Because it deals so much in the psychological horror that's attached to the body horror.
Mm-hmm.
Wish more people could watch that without having to say no thank you. Because I know so many people would be like, I can't take this anymore. Too much. Because I think about that anime often.
That's exactly why, like, I was being particularly cautious about the one I said. Because honestly, when I think about Shinsekai Yori, I need to be reminded by other people's reaction that it's heavy, because to me it's just like, oh, this is fucking fascinating.
Well, it's so, I don't know how to put this other than delicious. Like in its terrifying nature, it's a genre of horror that is so rare and on point with its themes that it's either going to be a big miss or a big hit. And Coco and I were in the big hit category.
Like, what I really appreciate about it is that none of what it does is deliberately just for shock value. There is meaning to it.
Yeah, and that's a feat in itself, is that there's meaning in every single motion that's going on. It's not like,
yeah, and in a way,
we did this
it
just
makes
for
it all
fan
like,
service
darker.
or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there were a couple moments when I was first watching it where I was afraid. I was like, oh god, I hope this doesn't go in any direction. Like the Bonobo stuff. But thankfully, they didn't do anything there.
Yeah.
I had to go and look up the anime that you guys are talking about, and I'm not sure I found it, but
It's called
It's called
Shinsekayori, or From the New World is the English.
Okay, then I
name.
did find it, because what I can see of it, it looks fine.
Oh,
But-
honey, you've got a big storm coming. Like, you don't... Like, you see from the outside, yes, some children, and, spooky.
Mhm.
No.
And there's just the description of, like, it's a coming-of-age story.
Oh boy, is it not.
I mean,
It is, but it's not. It's
no,
so
that's like
specifically evil.
that's like genre maybe 20 on the list of where it is.
Yeah.
Like, literally, so this is a synopsis. In the town of Kamisu 66, 12-year-old Saki Watanabe has just awakened to her psychic powers and is relieved to rejoin her friends, the mischievous Satoru Asahina, the shy Mamoru Ito, the cheerful Maria Akizuki, and Shun Aonuma, a mysterious boy whom Saki admires, at Sage Academy, a special school for psychics. However, unease looms as Saki begins to question the fate of those unable to awaken to their powers, and the children begin to get involved with secretive matters such as the rumored tainted cats said to abduct children. Shinsekayori.
Oh, the tainted cats, Coco. The tainted cats.
Hold on. Shinsekayori tells the unique coming-of-age story of Saki and her friends as they journey to grow into their roles in the supposed utopia. Accepting these roles, however, might not come easy when faced with the dark and shocking truths of society and the impending havoc born from the new world.
Wow.
So-
Does that sound accurate?
So the reason why it's funny is because that only deals with like a tiny sliver.
that
of
feels
information.
like the first arc, which is maybe like covered in the first maybe 6 episodes.
Yeah. the
I
thing
mean, they don't want to give it
about
all away.
well, no, of course not.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't,
It
even
doesn't really
scratch the
prepare
surface
you.
of the fucked up shit. that
Yeah, it
happens.
doesn't in any capacity prepare you for some of the other
Yeah.
shit that's going to be happening, or even that description of like that tiny section of the story is very vanilla.
Disarming.
It's so inaccurate. Like to the like, wow, you missed so much in like, you're not even brushing the surface. It's like if someone glanced over like the episode synopsises of the entire show, I was like, okay, I'm gonna only take away this information,
Mm-hmm.
and then also ignore all the information from the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see if I can like think of a way to compare it for you.
It's so
like
complicated.
If, like, let's say someone tried to describe the Arcana and said, a silly man by the name of Lucio made an oopsie and now it's up to everyone to cure the disease that he let loose. Or something like that.
Yeah.
know?
You mean
That
that's not
actually-
the description of the Arcana?
Okay, it's not the actual description of the Arcana to people who have a brain.
I don't know, like that's not
okay.
even comparable because quite frankly, I don't think the Arcana ever really had like any heavy elements to it.
I mean,
Not in the
There
way
is-
Sayori does.
there's
I'll
some,
tell you that
but
for a fact.
I will admit that in like the 3 years since it originally came out, they've toned down a lot of it. Because I mean, a lot of people were bitching about like how fucked up it is that in spoilers territory for those who haven't played the Arcana, but in Azra and Julian's routes, like in Azra's routes, no matter whether you get upright or reverse, Lucio gets fucking eaten.
oh.
Yeah,
like-
that was fun. I like that. That was
Like,
my
that's-
favorite ending.
Yeah, that's the thing that happens is, you know, you literally lure him into the pool where the fucking demons
Wait,
that he has
no.
failed to own up on
Yeah.
his thing,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's failed to make good on his promises, and so the demons fucking eat him.
I think I did actually read that, but I completely forgot about it.
Mm-hmm. And then in Nadia's, if you get the reverse ending, Nadia fucking stabs Lucio. And not fatally, she stabs him in a very painful way and lets him limp away to die on his own in the Arcana realms. And then there's like this part where like the dogs show up fully bloodied as, you know, you guys are walking to the devil's realm, because it's a fucking illusion. That's the thing that I need to keep reminding people, is that's not what actually, like, is happening. The dogs are an illusion, because this is all part of, like, the trials and tribulations to get to the devil's realm that you experience in Julian's route. But the dogs show up bloody, and, you know, Nadia makes a comment about them having gone mad from their owner's death or something. Which a lot of people took to imply that Nadia abused the dogs in some way, which I don't understand how they got that part, but
Because people
whatever.
didn't like Nadia.
Yeah. And then in Julian's route on the reverse side, again, Lucio doesn't just get eaten, he gets torn apart in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
Like, you're in the reverse ending, you're in the ballroom after things that happen that end up sending your main character back to the real world. And Lucio is there, and he's pissed off. He's a ghost, but he's, like, pissed off because you took your body back. And he literally gets torn limb from limb completely to shreds in front of your eyes.
Okay.
By the demons. And then there's Muriel's route, which is pretty bloody and gory, like, because Lucio's literally, like, ripping people's hearts out, because he's full-on monster. So, I mean, there are some parts of it that, like, are major yikes town. The other thing is, you know, on Julian's upright route is Lucio forced the plague onto Julian.
Yeah, I remember that.
He forced Julian to eat a plague beetle, which gave him the plague. All because Julian wasn't working fast enough to cure it.
Oh.
So he was hoping that if Julian got the plague, that his own life on the line would mean that he would work faster to cure the plague. Even though the plague is fucking magical in nature, and a fucking doctor who doesn't believe in magic can't do anything about it!
Well, and also, Lucio never tells anybody anything about it, so it's like, yeah, you're a dumbass.
But yeah, there is some questionable stuff, but for the most part, like, it's pretty tame.
Yeah. Oh, God, Coco. How do we explain the nature of the beast?
I don't know. I mean, mainly I would
Maybe
say...
it's not necessary.
Yeah, I would say I would want to avoid it just for anyone who wants to see it so they can experience it as fresh as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, there's I feel like there should be content warnings on that.
Yeah,
I don't know that the anime itself expresses accurately in any place, like, for warning areas.
like, at most, if I were to say that, like, if you're gonna do a viewing party of something of it, I would give content warnings to the group who's viewing it so they can bow out.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
like, if someone wants to go and watch it on their own, I don't know.
You
I
are
don't know
an
that
adult,
necessarily warrants.
hopefully. So please
Yeah.
watch out. That shit's fucked up. And by fucked up, I mean I was consumed thinking about that anime for months.
Good.
It haunted my every waking thought. Especially that last plot twist. Boy,
Yeah.
fucking terrifying.
Like, that's pretty much the only plot twist in, like, any media that has actually made me exclaim out loud.
Yeah. The absolute destructive shock that you have at the final thing is just the knife in your back. Like, in a viewing experience, but in a good way. Not in a,
way.
wow, that was a plot twist for plot twist's sake. You know, like,
Mhm.
oh,
I mean,
Oh my God.
it
There's
all makes
context to
sense, and it was there
everything.
at the beginning.
and it was there at the beginning, and oh my God, how fucked up. Oh, it's an amazing series. Don't read the manga or the fucking
No.
novels, though.
No, the
Apparently
novels
those
are
weird,
fine.
horny times.
No, the novels are fine. The manga is the bullshit.
Oh, it was. I thought the novels also had it.
No.
Some weird fetishistic shit happens in the manga.
I think the mangaka of that one saw the synopsis that Tori found and was just like, let's add lots of tits and ass to these children.
Yeah. Because that's something, context-wise, the coming-of-age stuff, even in the anime, has some, like, you're like, I'm an adult and I'm big cringe right now at these children trying to mac on each other a little bit. But it never goes far enough to where it becomes.
I mean, it's literally one episode, but most of that
I
is
literally was
contained to.
scrambling up the walls the entire time, and Coco was like, "Yeah." There was nothing graphic of any nature.
So
It's implicative.
I redeemed the reward of emote only chat for 2 minutes. Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Chat's only allowed to reply with emotes for the next 2 minutes.
Mary.
And I'll set a timer and everything.
I have little tiny
I'm just out here
Mary.
tormenting the chat.
Good. Marco, you have to use emotes.
And now it has started. So now it literally will forbid you from doing any typing.
Nice.
Haha.
I just thought that would be fun. But it sounds like, at least, you know, because it sounds like this anime that you guys are talking about has like a lot of gore and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It,
I would say yes.
And
I
it
mean,
sounds like
I
at
would
least
say it's more of a. I mean, it does have some gore, but one, most of it is on the latter half, and two, it's much, much, much more deeply entrenched in psychological horror.
okay. Because like, it also sounds like, you know, it's justified gore. It's not just gore for the sake of like
Oh, it's yeah.
Yeah.
shock factor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Which I appreciate, because recently, as Moon knows, I decided to watch the Netflix anime Blood of Zeus, which was made by
Oh,
the
yeah,
people who
that's
made
right.
Castlevania. Well, it was made by the animation studio who animated Castlevania, not the same writers.
Yeah, because if it was the same writers, I think it probably would have been handled with a little
It
more
would have been
grace.
done better. And one of my major gripes about Blood of Zeus, like, I get that, oh, blood is in the title, so obviously it's gonna be gory or whatever. A lot of the blood and gore in there was just done for the sake of doing blood and gore. Like,
Yeah.
it really didn't feel like there was a reason behind how much, like, blatant murder and guts and blood spray there was, other than, hee, we want to play with blood and guts. It was just, it was personally kind of more irritating for me. Like, I didn't take it seriously pretty much after the
Yeah.
first or second episode. Yeah, admittedly,
Sometimes blood is stupid.
admittedly,
times.
I'm also having a similar problem with Castlevania, but they don't do it quite as much. There's like something else besides that. Because there's like actual story and writing and, you know, characters interacting with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And effort.
Mm-hmm. And not just everybody, you know, walks around and every 2 seconds someone's head is exploding. Because someone's shot a sword through it.
Shot a sword. I'm just imagining a
Sword
sword
gun.
loaded into a fucking gun. Yes.
Mhm.
Beauteous.
I mean, listen, sometimes it's just what you do. Is you load a sword into a gun and you shoot it at people. And in Blood